So, it's Halloween! Well, sort of. It's October, and that's close enough for me. So, in honor of October, I wanted to do a little bit of a special feature episode on my channel. So I usually mention every year that I listen to a Halloween playlist that I have, and that is pretty lengthy. So people have asked me, hey Christina, what is it you listen to? Well, I thought in honor of this festive month that I would share my playlist. It's primarily video game music, but it's long. So I'm going to do this in a couple different parts. Try to put one out every week. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. There's also some non-video game music, but I'll save that for the end because some people probably don't care about that because I guess this channel's about video games or something. I don't know. So yeah, I'll give you little snippets of each song on my playlist and just give you a little blurb about why I like the song for Halloween time. Hope you dig it.
I would be remiss if I didn't start off with this iconic track from Silent Hill 2. It's upbeat, but still gets me right in the mood for all things creepy. In true Kirkhope fashion, this track evokes the fun and silly side of Halloween. If you tell me this place didn't creep you out as a kid, you are a liar. Final Fantasy VII isn't known for being creepy, but this part of the game definitely made me uncomfortable. The sudden loud percussion punctuating the track brings it all together. This song is more beautiful than creepy. So why is it on my list? When I first rented this game as a kid, it glitched out during the lava world and sent me to the first level of the creepy forest world, where this track played. I was pretty freaked out, and it's stuck with me since then. This track from Chrono Trigger actually didn't creep me out until I was older. The haunting sound effect in it that I always assumed was evil laughter, well, it sounds like it could be crying too? It's a bit unsettling, in a good way of course. This is the opening track to Haunting Ground. It starts off really lovely with an eerie piano melody and then escalates into the stressful tracks that make the game so scary. I was pretty young when Doom first came out, so despite the fact that the soundtrack is completely rock, it still evokes suspenseful feelings for me. Okay, so the haunted minecart levels in this game aren't too scary, but they're definitely nerve-wracking. Listening to this track, I can almost hear that ghost laughing at me. Corpse Party's soundtrack is really successful at being disturbing, upbeat, and melodic all at once. I love this track a lot. Moonside is really unsettling. The cafe, with its old, worn-out records player sound, isn't much better. I love the erratic nature of this track. Very reminiscent of getting lost in the fog while trying to explore Silent Hill. I spent a lot of time playing Ragnarok online way back when, and the haunted area of Niflheim was always one of my favorites. This upbeat track is fantastic and eerie right from the get-go with a creepy giggle. Do I really have to even say anything about this track? We all know it, it's creepy as hell. I've always found it to have a subtle, serene beauty as well, but I might just be odd. This is a much more recent track. I think this track was meant to be more tech-sounding than horror-sounding, but just listen to it. It's super unnerving. I'm going to talk about Off at some point, because it's a really fantastically unsettling game. It's not really outright horror, but it's definitely surrealistic and creepy. As you can probably guess from this track, the music is a big part of that. If I explain why this track is so unsettling to me, it'll be a major, huge spoiler. So I'm not going to. Just play the game. The uncomfortable feeling you get by finding out you don't really know who you've even been playing this game as the whole time is really emphasized by this haunting melody. I was maybe 6 years old when this game came out, and this level really kind of creeped me out. This music has stuck with me since then. Corpse Party is a phenomenal, terrifying game. I'll do an episode on it in the future, but for now, just know that this disturbing track fits well with the game experience. Did the Twilight Realm freak anyone else out besides me? I didn't even 100% the game because I was always just in a panicky rush trying to get through these sections. They were just creepy, and the music really didn't help. And speaking of panic, this track from Eve definitely evokes the feeling. You know I couldn't make a playlist like this without including this track from my favorite game of all time. 3 is a rough part of the game, but I've always loved it for the horror elements. Okay, I'll admit this is a weird one. But really, I was like 4 when I played this game. I had never played an NES game that had first-person views before since it wasn't common. So when I went from the familiar overworld to suddenly being in an indoor first-person view with this music playing, when it's so different from everything else in the game, it scared me. I love this song, and this level, and this game actually. You can practically hear the boos laughing when you listen to this one. Yeah, I figured I'd do these 2 right in a row since they're so closely related. I know this is upbeat and kinda happy, but it's all about context. And it's creepy in context.